Good afternoon, everyone, and fellow Toastmasters. Today, I'm going to talk about my third speech. This speech is going on the news lately, and I'm talking about the regulation on emotional supported animals going in the plane. As you can see, the news has been going on this year that the airplanes are putting restriction on these emotional animals, where the animals who are going there on a flight because they're going too high. And it's really going to affect for the people who have disabilities. I'm going to tell you what about emotional animal is. I'm sorry about there, and I'm going to try to see what's going on. So the emotional support animal is a companion animal that provides therapeutic benefit to an individual with mental and physical disability. The animal is viewed as reasonable accommodation under Fair Housing Amendment Act of 1988. To those housing communities that are no pet rule zone. So basically, these animals can go anywhere with a no pet rule zone, with their owners who have the disability. Right now, this year, all the airlines are going around and putting some restrictions on these animals, going to make sure that they will fly safely for the people to reach their destination. As you know, Delta already made the rules, and now United Airlines are going to make the rules. So the passenger must provide everything they need so they can have all the records and everything that's be supported so they can send them the animals into the plane. Now, this is the one of the peacock who was denied in United Airlines. His name is Dexter the Peacock. And there was like an artist who was going to go there, but unfortunately he cannot go there because they already put like restriction on to bring the peacock to the plane. So the owner has to travel by cross country instead. So what to get to my point? Should airlines company needs to be regulating to any supported animals? My answer is neutral. The reason why I put it in neutral. Why support this one? Because there's going to be like strict airline rules to help passengers to travel safely to their destination with highly trained animals, so who are tame. Because you need like animals to be tame so they cannot attack any other passengers who are also inside the plane. They also need to follow the same rules as the screening process, because everybody has to go through the same screening process, everything to check everything in the airport. So you can go to fly your plane. And now they have to use the rules to apply with the emotional animals to get information they are allowed to travel with their owner. So like in the records that said that they need like documents to travel with their owner. So they have to use all the information they need to travel with them. Now, one thing why I'm against it, because they have like restrictions. Soon they're going to bring like restrictions about certain kind of animals with like highly common and trained than most animals. Well, basically they're going to get like a cat or a dog. Like they said, okay, you use these animals, you cannot use a duck or a kangaroo on the plane. And next the airlines were not going to follow like the Fair Housing rules of the amendment of 1998, because these rules will like probably like discriminate all the disabilities people who need like service animals to support them to get in their destination. And then they're going to double the process rule more on the disability and emotional animals. Like the screening process, but also like more records. So there will be a long time for them to go to their flight, which would take like 2 or 3 hours to get all the information they need. So why should the airlines help these emotional animals? The matter is that they need to comply with the fair housing laws to help the disability passengers to board on the plane. And it has to have like a responsibility for them to have the certainty for other passengers, so they will not be like allergic to kinds of animals. You know that many passengers get allergic to animals like cats and dogs. But they need to have like rules to help them to be safe. Plus, and most of all, they need to be tamed professionally and well trained not to attack other passengers in the plane. As you can see, because they have been sued before with the animals attacking another passenger, and they need to make sure that it will not happen again. So that's why they put in like restriction rules. As you can see right now, the number has increased from 2017, 76,000 who took the flight with the disability with the animals. So I want to conclude one thing. That do you think that we should like support these support these animals for the disability people supplied there? Do you need to put like restrictions on it? Because I think we have to feel like contrite that we already like feel like we're gonna give you something, but we decided not to. So that is my point right here. So we need to like think about it. Should we have the rules for the air flights? Or we should just ignore them and then do cross-traveling. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for using the word of the day, contrite. Yeah, so. I think the importance of service animals. Okay, next speaker is going to be Claudia.
Good afternoon, my name is Claudia Rosan. I'm Assistant Director at the University Graduate School here at FIU. And today I want to briefly talk about the initiatives we have for minorities graduate students in this university. But before I start talking about FIU, I want to give you a little bit of context as to the national, the numbers at the national level. And this graph came from the U.S. Department of Education, and as you can see from this graph, the minorities, which includes Hispanics, Blacks, Pacific Islanders, American Indians, and Alaskan Natives, although they have been enrolling in graduate programs increasingly over the last 10 years, you can see there's a big gap between minorities and non-minorities. You may ask yourself, why is this a problem? And the problem is that when you have a gap in educational attainment, you're also going to have, that's going to affect negatively the representation and diversity of the workforce, and that's going to also affect socioeconomic status and equity. Moving on to FIU, we have over 54,000 students, and out of those 54,000, 8,340 are graduate students. And if you look at this graph more closely, more than 60% of our graduate students are minorities, making FIU the largest Hispanic serving institution in the continental U.S. and one of the largest minority serving institutions in overall in this country. With that being said, FIU has taken a number of best practices to increase the retention and graduation rates among minorities in general. And one of them is a low student-to-advisor ratio that surpasses the standards of the National Academic Advising Association. Then we also have central bridge advisors assisting students with undeterred majors, and those transitioning into participating schools. And then we also have concentrated efforts to ensure students pass gateway courses such as math, reading, writing, and we have different kinds of tutoring to help them achieve academic success. However, all of these efforts are mostly geared towards undergraduates. So what FIU is doing is putting in place certain fellowships that can help minority students, for those specifically that are graduate students. These are some of the fellowship opportunities we offer here at FIU for minorities. Most of these opportunities are STEM focused, and they're funded by grants from the National Institutes of Health and the National Science Foundation, but we do have some like the McKnight Doctoral Fellowship and GMA that are for everyone, not just them. And with that said, I wanted to focus on the NIDMS Rise Fellowship just because I happen to be the program coordinator for that fellowship. And the goal of the NIDMS Rise program is to increase the number of PhD, or the number of students that go on to get a PhD in the biomedical or behavioral sciences. We do offer some tangible benefits for them to help them achieve that goal. And among those, we offer full tuition as long as they're enrolled full time. And they also get a stipend, so they're graduate assistants. And they get $25,000 a year. They have travel funds to go to national conferences. They get money for posters if they need to do poster printing. And we also offer professional development workshops every semester, including responsible conduct of research and other professional development such as interview skills, networking skills, etc. And if they need health insurance, we can also provide that to them. Obviously, not everything is perfect, so I recently met with our students to look at areas where the program could improve and that may inform other programs that we may have in the future. And one of the things that they mentioned to me was representation. A lot of the faculty at FIU is not representative of the student body. And well, FIU has taken steps to address that more generally. There's the Office of Women, Equity, and Diversity. So that's one thing that's happening here. And then what we try to do is bring in people or speakers through our events that represent the students that we have in the program. For instance, we have an event in March, a symposium, and we try to bring plenary speakers that were part of the RISE program at one point, and now they went on to be very successful professors and are involved in research. Then they also talk about having a sense of community. While we do have meetings over the semester, they mentioned that they would like to feel like they're more part of the program just because they don't get to see each other every day. One other area of improvement is community outreach, to go out to high schools and talk to potential students the importance of being involved in research, especially biomedical. And then the last one is peer mentorship. Our students want to mentor the younger ones in order to help them out in their career.
Thank you, Claudia, for sharing some of the statistics and demographics of our university, FIU. It's always nice to hear the initiatives being started to help bridge the gap in education. Okay. And next, our next speaker is going to be Carlos.
Thank you, sir.
He was the first place winner Saturday for the district.
All right, guys. Give me 1 second. Perfect. All right, so for those of you who don't know, my name is Carlos Daniel Cortesi. Getting my bike. My name is Carlos Daniel Cortesi, and I'm the broker associate and rental manager at Blue Star Realty. Now, normally I give speeches more like on my thoughts, but I thought I'd kind of tailor this one a bit more professional. So I want to ask you guys, who here is currently renting or thinking of renting in the next year? House. Perfect. This is just for you guys. Now, this is a condensed version of an article I put on my website called The 10 Commandments to Renting in Miami-Dade. This is the area of expertise that I do when it comes to real estate. So the first one is, thou shalt make a budget. Now, a lot of people don't realize how expensive renting can really be. You know, it's not only the rent you have to look for, it's also the gas, it's also the insurance, it's your food, it's the tons of monthly subscriptions we have, it's the gym, and of course, all the miscellaneous items we have, like changing the gas in your car, you have to buy new shoes. So it definitely builds up. Now, a problem that we've seen a lot is that people start, trying to get rents that they can't pay for at the end, and of course that brings really bad legal repercussions. So a good rule of thumb to follow is to get your monthly income, your net. Now, this is after taxes, guys. It's not your gross. It's the net monthly income you get in your account every month, and you divide it by 1.8, and that should be your max rent price that you can afford. So, for example, if you're making $2,000 a month divided by 1.8, and your max rent should be about $1,200. Now, you could be very frugal and you could be very efficient, but guess what? A landlord is not going to have that trust in you. So the idea is that you make 80% more than what you're going to be paying on rent. That's very important. Number 2, thou shalt plan ahead. Now raise your hand. How long do you think it needs you for you to get a rent? A week, 2 weeks? How long in advance do you need to start the process?
6 months.
6 months?
No, it's way too much. Yes.
2 months?
It's still taking, okay, a month. So we say between 4 and 6 weeks. So what happens if you do 6 months? Man, in my company, when we put those listings, they're gone in a month.
Okay.
So 6 months, forget it. We would have rented 4 properties by then. Now, some people say, oh, a week, 2 weeks. So the way it works is that first time you look at the properties, then you apply to the landlord, and then you have to apply to the association. So there's 2 approvals you have to go through. The associations normally take from 4 to 6 weeks. So that alone, is reason enough to, again, go between 4 and 6 weeks for you to get enough time to get it. And then you don't want to be caught in the middle where you actually have to stay at a hotel because you got, kicked out of this place because your contract ran out, but you still haven't made up plan to accept to this one. So it's always good to have enough time. And number 3, I shall have coin. Guys, it's surprisingly more expensive, not only for the budget, but the initial money you have to give in. For example, for a $1,200 apartment, how much money do you think you need to have cash ready?
3,600.
Almost. It's actually a bit more. So you're gonna have your first month, which is $1,200. You're gonna have your 2 months deposit, which is $2,400. Then there's normally a background check fee, because remember, the owner does their own background. And then the association, they do their own background and their own fee. So you gotta get the keys, right, for the gate, because it's a gated community. You gotta get the key for the pool. All that stuff adds up. So for example, one of our most common units and cheapest ones is the $1,200 apartment. So you're gonna need to have $3,800, $3,830, ready, cash when you close. So again, you gotta be careful because a lot of people get into contracts, which are legally binding contracts, and then at the end they don't have enough money. And then guess what? Then you're in default of the contract and they take the deposit and they don't give it back. Okay, so it's very important for you guys to know. Number 4, again, talking about contracts. Now I should have a contract. None of this, my friend Pepito in Hialeah is renting an efficiency and I pay him cash every Friday. That doesn't fly, guys. You can't do that. Because first of all, how do you know Pepito owns the property? You don't. How do you know they're not going to kick you out? They're just going to say, I never rented to him. What are you going to say? What are you going to do? And how do you prove you've been paying? You have no receipts, you're paying cash. So remember, when you have a contract, not only is all that covered, because the person who's preparing your contract is going to ensure that first of all, they own that property. Second of all, you have certain rights. So of course, the owner is going to repair certain things. It's going to make sure things are working. It's going to ensure the property is painted. It's going to make sure the property is cleaned. They can't up your rent in the middle of the year. And they just can't kick you out when they want to. The law protects you and it also protects the owner. So guys, always have a contract, no matter how much cheaper they tell you it is. Most of the time, it's not even cheaper. Because there's nothing worse than knocking on your door and saying, hey, you gotta go. And what do you have to protect yourself? Nothing. So it's very important. And number 5, thou shalt pay on time, and this is crucial. Guys, if the contract says you pay on the 1st, it's on the 1st, not on the 2nd, not on the 3rd, not on the 10th. So remember, other states like California, they might be a bit more lenient, but in Florida, they're actually pretty brutal. So, for example, most companies, if you don't pay within 5 days, you get a 3-day notice. So the 3-day notice, what it tells is that you have to pay within 3 days. If you don't pay in those 3 days, you're going to start the eviction process. And it's not pleasant when the police come and literally kick you out of your house. You can go really quickly from this to this. And it's kind of funny from this perspective, but it's not funny if you're the one that's, if it's happening to you.